Thanks,
And I will
Zoom. I
consent to
appreciate you letting
recording.
us know. So now let's see about going live. All right, what is up, online nutrition coach community? Welcome back to day 4 of the Client Launchpad Challenge, where we are going to be showing you how to actually book in those calls, what to do on those calls, and make an offer towards potentially working with you as a client, as a coach. And I know a lot of you reached out with questions yesterday, feeling like it was scary to start contacting people who maybe you don't know that well, who maybe you haven't talked to in a while. It was scary for a lot of you. And remember, in the day 3 lesson, Kate and I acknowledged that. We know that it's scary. But by turning off your overthinking part of your brain and just taking action, that's what's going to lead to success. All right. So if you haven't already contacted people because it feels scary, just give it a try. Try it on, see how it feels. Because one of the things that we're going to be teaching you, and one of the things we've told you, is you've really got to act as if you're already the coach who has the success that you desire. All right. And that's one of the things, is being an action taker, doing the things that feel scary, but that you know are going to lead to the results that you want to have. So if you haven't already done that, if you haven't already started contacting people, that's all good. And if you haven't done it because you're like, well, I don't know what to do on the call. Well, guess what? That's what we're talking about today. We're teaching you exactly how to go through that free call that you've offered to people. So without further ado, we are going to dive into the presentation. Now, today will be a little bit shorter again, because the main thing that you have to do at this point is action. You have to continue reaching out to people from your hot list and booking in those calls. And now you've got to have these calls. These actions are the things that are going to drive those big results early in your business. All right, Kate, it looks like maybe people are typing in some good stuff.
Yep, I'm finding them. They're ready. They're ready.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
They're ready for the day.
Beautiful. So am I. So today, day 4, we're going to show you how to turn these free coaching calls that you've offered people into clients and testimonials. And we'll be giving you scripts again. We'll be giving you frameworks. So today, Kate and I are going to role play some pieces of how the call is going to go. But the thing is, like, you as a coach, this is an opportunity for you to just get some experience listening and providing a little bit of feedback. We'll show you exactly what we think makes the most sense on these calls and the mistakes that we see a lot of coaches make. And we're also going to show you how to collect testimonials, whether it's video or otherwise, because one of the things we realized last challenge is that some people were afraid to give coaches video testimonials. So we have a workaround for that works a lot better, and we have some alternatives for you. And we'll be giving you everything else you need to convert your 5 clients fast. Plus, we'll be doing a little preview of the grand prize, because we want you to do your homework. We want you to be taking action on that too. So we want to give you a reason to do it. All right. So up to this point in the challenge, we've created your hot list. Step 1, that's what we did on day 2. Steps 2 and 3, contacting your hot list and making that free offer to them in exchange for a testimonial. You should have done that already. We've done that in day 3. Now, day 4, this is the last step in this process. This is inviting these people from their free coaching call to a sales conversation, if and only if it's the right fit. We don't want to be offering every single person onto that call, because for some people it might just be unnatural. So we'll teach you how to also identify who to be inviting onto those calls. So next up here is, right, there's one more slide before we get there. But essentially, here's the overview of the process for these free coaching calls. First, you got to open up and frame the call properly. Kate and I are going to role play that in a minute. After you've framed the call properly, then you have to discover their goal, their current situation, and their biggest challenge. These 3 pieces of information are critical for you to be able to give worthwhile feedback, worthwhile coaching. So once you've uncovered this, it should help you determine what will provide them with the most value when you provide a little bit of coaching. So then you want to provide them value around their biggest challenge. You're just solving one problem with one recommendation to get them that aha moment. And then once you've given them that value, you want to check in and you want to see, did they get value? And what was their biggest takeaway or action? If they did get value, if they did have a takeaway or action, then we want to ask for a video testimonial. And then the thing is, we do also want to go to steps 5 and 6. If from the discovery phase, from what you've discovered, you're like, oh, this person I've qualified, they could be a great client for me. Then we want to frame that what you've just given them, this one solution, is just a piece of the puzzle to get them towards their goals versus the whole picture. And you want to offer them a sales call if they want to explore further about the possibility of you helping them with a bigger picture. All right, so that's the overall process. Now, the most important thing about any call that you get onto or any call that you offer people is how you frame it. Because if you don't frame this call properly when you get on it, if you don't, essentially framing it is setting expectations and setting the agenda. If you don't frame it properly, then the flow of the call probably will be sloppy. You know, if you don't take leadership at the beginning of the call and you don't frame it properly, then somebody might think this is just a Q&A call. They'll take leadership of the call and they'll probably just start peppering you with questions. And essentially they're just going to be asking you for tips rather than you going through a process that gets to the heart of something that's going to provide them value and a transformation, and then you providing value around that. So you'll waste 30 minutes, they'll have wasted 30 minutes, and nobody's better off for it if you don't frame it properly. So Kate, I'm going to hand it off to you for showing everybody how to frame this call.
Yay, I get to be the coach today. All right. Hey, Matt. So we have about 30 minutes together today, and I want to make sure you get as much value as possible. Can I give you a quick rundown on how this call will go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So I'm going to ask a few questions to understand your goals, what you're trying now, and where you're struggling. Of course, we won't be able to solve everything today, but you will leave with an action plan. And if you get value out of the call, I'd be super grateful for a testimonial, but only if you get value.
Yeah, no worries. Hopefully I get value and I'd be happy to give a testimonial.
Awesome.
Cool. So then we'll break the role play, and I just want to check in with you all. What are you seeing in that frame? How does that feel to you? Does that feel like with that being the outline of the call, something that feels scary? Does the rest of the call feel scary to you when you framed it that way? And how do you think that the person who is on the other side of the call, the potential client, how do you think they are going to feel about this? I would love to check in with everybody and just see, because I know some people felt a little bit scared about the script yesterday. Some people felt like it was going to be easy and it was super aligned. So Kate and I would love to get that feedback from you. Mm. But the most important thing is to note, we won't be able to solve everything today. Mm-hmm. You really want to set that as the expectation, because the thing is, you have to, at the end, reframe it as, you know, this is a piece of the puzzle, not the whole picture. A really important piece of the puzzle, but not the whole picture. Because how could you in 30 minutes solve something that's taken 10, 20, 30 years of bad habits for them to get into? And you want them to understand that and meter their expectations. Cool. So then next part of the call, once we've framed it up, is we go into discovery.
Awesome. So first off, I'd love to know if there are any health goals that you'd love to achieve or anything that you're working towards right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, when I saw your post about booking in this call, I've just been dealing with a lot of brain fog lately. And I've heard that sometimes nutrition can play into that. So I was interested in learning more about how I can get a bit more clarity.
Yeah. So am I clear that your goal is to eliminate some of that brain fog?
Yeah, definitely. That'd be awesome.
Perfect. So I love that goal. Are you doing anything right now to work towards it?
No, other than just Googling how to fix it. I haven't really done anything.
We all are big fans of Dr. Google. So got it. Well, so what do you feel is your main obstacle standing in the way of of helping you eliminate brain fog once and for all?
Well, I think the main thing is I've just gotten into this caffeine addiction, and from a lot of what I've been reading on the internet, yeah, it's like the caffeine, the sugar, some of these things are probably causing those crashes. So yeah, I just wanted to get your perspective on that. But I imagine, yeah, I drink a lot of coffee and eat a lot of pastries in the morning. So
Okay, great. What's a lot of coffee and what's a lot of pastry?
yeah, like maybe 3, 4 coffees a day and a paste, just a Danish in the morning.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, cool. And we'll break the role play there. So you can see the main things that you want to do is you just want to have a flowing conversation with them, but you want to keep in mind and you want to have questions that are first, you need to know what's their goal, what's their destination. And then from there, you want to figure out, are they doing anything? Kate did a great job of seeing, like, what am I doing now? Where am I at now? And then from there, we want to establish, what is the gap? Like, why is there a gap between where they're at and where they want to go? And once we have that information, we can see what their journey might look like. And the thing is, to get them from where they're at to where they want to go, they really have to remove the obstacles. All right. So we want to establish all of those things, and that's going to help us direct the call. Another really good question that you can throw in here, my friend Mark England loves this one, is, so Kate, if we finished up this call in 30 minutes, what would you see as a win? And then that way you really know, okay, like if they came in here with a clear intention, like that is 100% what I should be looking to solve. Now, some people are going to be like, yep, I'd love to have an exact plan how to lose 30 pounds. And it's like, oh, all right, well, cool. I think we can create a plan that will help you with the first steps towards that. But again, like I said, we're not going to be able to solve every problem, and losing 30 pounds is a big project. So let's focus on what's going to be the best first step on this call. And then we can see about, potentially what the next steps might look like. Cool. So how's everybody feeling about the discovery phase? Is this clear? Do you have any questions? Kate and I want to make sure everything's really clear because we know that some of you have already booked these calls in, and we want you to feel confident going into them. So feel free to ask any questions today. We'll take a little bit extra time for some Q&A during and after the lesson. All right, I know there's a little delay, so we'll move on until the questions roll in. So once you've framed the call, once you've taken about maybe like 10-ish minutes to discover a little bit about them, those aren't hard and fast rules for timing, but maybe about 10 minutes to go through the discovery phase. If you feel like you have enough information to coach them, to give them that aha moment, then that's where we transition to the value phase. That's where we repeat back to them what we've heard up to that point, and we move towards, all right, Kate, are you open to some feedback based off of what I'm hearing so far to, help you with that brain fog? Cool. So here's the really important thing about the value phase. I can't tell you what to provide to that person because I don't have context. I don't know what you discovered about them. That's your job as a coach. So that's why we said in the promotion of this challenge, this is going to give you the opportunity to get reps coaching. You're going to get some experience coaching as you go through these calls, which is great. And don't beat yourself up if you're not the best coach in the whole wide world on your first coaching call ever. That's fine. People are going to give you a lot of grace. So when you're giving value, just identify one quick win that you can coach them through. And I really mean just one thing. Like, this is one of those things where a lot of coaches were like, oh, I struggled so much with this. I solved like every single problem for them. And, I went a little overboard. Yeah, seriously, just one thing. I mean it. Like, if you give somebody more than one thing to focus on, well, we can't, with a human brain, focus on more than one thing at a time. We get one thing that this processor gets to focus on. So give them one thing. It's only a 30-minute call. And then once you've given the value, then you'll just ask them, all right, well, did you get value out of today's call? What was your biggest aha moment? This is where you're collecting feedback. Getting feedback as a coach is really important. So Kate, how about you ask me?
Sure. Can I give you one thing to learn? Are you open to some feedback on giving one thing on what I can do to help you eliminate that brain fog? A simple thing that you can just start doing every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So I'm going to give you a recipe for one little morning elixir filled with electrolytes and a little bit of healthy fats. And I'm going to have you drink it before your coffee. It's going to help you balance your blood sugar and remove some of that acidity that's building up from the sugar in the coffee. It'll help it right away.
Awesome. I love that. So are you just going to email that over to me?
I'm going to text it right over to you as soon as we jump off today.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Kate.
You are so welcome. So Matt, I have to ask you, did you get value out of our call today?
Yeah, definitely. It really helped me get clarity that, it probably is the amount of caffeine that I've been drinking. And, I'm starting to see why I'm drinking so much coffee as well. So I think that'll help me address that a little bit more.
Awesome. Awesome. What do you feel like was your biggest aha moment?
Oh, for me, it was really that validation that like I said, the caffeine, too much caffeine is really contributing towards that brain fog. I thought it was helping me clear the brain fog, but I now see that it was creating this feedback loop.
Awesome. I am so glad you got value out of today's call. As I mentioned to you earlier, when we first got on, would you be willing to give me a testimonial based on this big aha moment you had today?
Yeah, absolutely.
I so appreciate that. And to make it easier on you, I'll send over a few prompts that you can follow.
Perfect. Awesome. So we'll break the role play there. Next, we'll go into framing the follow-up. But there is one thing with asking for the testimonial. Some people might actually be afraid of giving you a video testimonial. And so they might say, yes, I'll give you a testimonial like I just did to Kate. But then they might get afraid of it. They might put it off. Like I just recorded a video testimonial for a friend of mine, Christine, who helped me out booking in speaking gigs. But for like a week, I didn't do it. And I was like, hey, if I don't do it within a week, book me in for a call, send me a calendar invite, and we'll do it on Zoom and you can just interview me. And that's something that you can do as well. Just be like, hey, I'll send you over some prompts. If you could get it to me this week, that would be awesome. If not, would you be open to like hopping on another call and we can just record it that way? It's easy for you. Video testimonials are a lot better than written, in my opinion, when you're collecting testimonials. But there is a place for written testimonials as well. So if somebody's like really afraid of being on video and it's just going to make it so that they don't give you a testimonial at all, but they would give you a written one, just get the written one. But again, just like yesterday, we said don't default to text or DM or email if you have the person's phone number. Don't default to written if you have the opportunity to get a video testimonial. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, then let's move on to how you are going to turn this free coaching call into a sales call for the right people. Now, during the discovery phase, that is when you're probably going to qualify whether or not this is someone you want to help, this is someone you can help, and you'll probably even get this gut feeling whether or not that person is a client that you would want to work with. And so if they are someone you could help, you want to help, and you have that gut feeling that you would want to work with them, then we can frame a follow-up call. And we can offer that follow-up call if it makes sense to them. So once they give you the takeaways, then you can let them know, hey, I love those takeaways. It's so cool that you got that about the caffeine and the feedback loop. So the next step, I'll follow up with you with that recipe in email. And that's going to be a really important step to starting to solve that brain fog. But from here, things can pretty much go two ways. You let me know. Do you feel like what we discussed today is everything that you needed, or would you like some more support possibly with solving that brain fog, Kate?
So Matt, I love the takeaways. So we talked about that morning elixir, the magic morning potion. It's going to be an important step to solving that brain fog that you're experiencing. So from here, things can go pretty much two ways, and you let me know. So do you feel like what we discussed today is everything you needed to really help you eliminate brain fog once and for all?
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like that elixir will be a good step, but I guess you're the expert. What do you think, Kate?
So it is one piece of the puzzle, but puzzles have many pieces. So would you like more support when it comes to eliminating brain fog once and for all?
Yeah, I think, I definitely would like to try out the elixir, but I think if you think there's other things that could help, yeah, I definitely would be interested in hearing what you could possibly help with.
All right, fantastic. I'd love to schedule another time with you. What's a good day for you next week where we can meet again and talk about a little bit more about some of the other things that we could do to eliminate brain fog and what that might look like while working together?
Yeah, same day, same time next week would work for me too, if that works for you.
Oh, it's perfect for me. So we can use the same Zoom link. So I'll just confirm. So same day, same time next week, same Zoom, same room. And we're going to work on eliminating your brain fog once and for all.
Awesome. Look forward to it, Kate.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. I'll send those testimonial prompts over to you. I really appreciate it.
Cool. All right. So then breaking the role play there, you can see what we've outlined here. This is a framework. Things might go a little bit off script. But the important thing is to let them know things can go two ways. You want to give them an option. They can let you know if they feel like everything you discussed today is everything that they needed. Well, it's not the time to get them onto a follow-up call now. But what you can do is you can follow up with them. You can put them into long-term lead nurture. And you can see, how did that elixir go? How's your brain fog doing? Continuing to follow up. And if you did solve their problem, awesome. Get another testimonial and have them be like, oh my God, Kate's, brain fog elixir absolutely changed everything for me. I feel so much clearer at work, blah, 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 blah. And then you have another amazing testimonial. Or they're like, oh, the elixir really helped. But it really just helped for that morning, and I'm still kind of feeling it in the afternoon. And then maybe they're ready to have another discussion with you. All right. So it's not the end of the world if somebody says they got everything they need. You don't have to bully them into getting on the call with you. You actually want to give them the choice, and you want to honor that choice that they make. All right. But if they do say they'd like some more support with the goal, then that's the point where you essentially are framing up the next call. So if they are interested in support, you'd be like, awesome. So I'm so glad you got value. Like I said, this elixir, this is one piece of the puzzle. I think it's really going to help with that morning brain fog. But if you think it's appropriate, we could book in another call to discuss your next steps and the possibility of working together. Do you think that would be appropriate? And this frames up the next call really well, because the thing is, you don't want to trick them into getting onto a call where they think that you're going to coach them for a longer period of time for free with no offer. You absolutely, in this framework, you can change this up however you want it, except you want to say that you're discussing their next steps and the possibility of working together, because you don't want them coming to that call thinking this is a free coaching session again, and that there won't be an offer, because then that's a little bit deceptive. You want to make sure that you are transparent, that there will be the exploration of the possibility of working together. I've said that 3 times because it's really important. We do not want to break somebody's trust early in the process, because even if they become a client, if you broke their trust early, they're going to be less trusting of you when you're coaching them. As a coach, it's important that we always maintain trust and transparency with our potential clients. So, and again, I think it's important if they're interested in support to remind them, yeah, it's one piece of the puzzle. We're gonna help solve what the rest are. Now, again, if it's everything they needed, then that's when you just make sure it's like, okay, awesome. I'm so glad you got that much value out of the call and it was this potent for you. If I send you a few prompts, would you be able to send me that short testimonial? And we already talked about that. So now I really want to know, now that we've gone over the framework for this call, how are you feeling about it? Do you have any questions? And is there anything Kate and I can clarify so that you feel confident when you get on these calls?
So there was a question that came up so a couple of the coaches have asked, on the calls that they've had or the calls that they're anticipating, they've had to do some research and then send them information. So they were saying, how could you help with something? How could you give them help with something like that in that instance on the call?
So just to clarify, Kate, are you interpreting that as the coach got on the call, discovered what they were needing, but needed to do a little more research before they could give a good recommendation?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, that's first off, good on you for not just spewing something at them and not knowing what you were talking about and actually saying, hey, do you mind if I research that and get back to you? That's awesome. So in that case, do the research, get back to them, and then in whatever medium you get back to them on, just be like, hey, when do you think you'll have a chance to read through that? Or when do you think you'll have a chance to implement that? Again, same as we were doing when booking the call. You want to see when they will have done it by. And then from there, if they say, yeah, I'll have read through it tonight, follow up with them tomorrow. Hey, was there any aha moments or did anything really stand out to you, or what are you going to change based off of it? And then if they got the value, then you can ask for the testimonial. If you discovered and qualified that they are a good potential client, you can still ask, you can say, okay, from here, things can pretty much go two ways. I'm going to research that for you and send you some answers. But you let me know if I give you a good answer to that question, is that everything you feel like you need? Or would you like some more support with that? So we're still going through this process. If you've qualified in the discovery phase that there's someone you'd like to help, that you can help, and that your gut tells you they would be a good fit as a client. Hopefully that answers that question.
Yeah. And a couple other coaches asked because they record right away on Zoom and they've been having their coaching calls on Zoom, if it's okay to ask for that recorded testimonial right away while they're already recording.
I'll let you answer that one.
Yeah, of course it is. If that client is like, they're excited, they had some wins and breakthroughs, get them while they are hot. They're probably going to give you the best testimonial at that point. It'll be so authentic, so free flowing. You'll be excited too. It's the perfect time to ask for a testimonial.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Awesome. Yeah, that's a great question as well. And yeah, if you're already recording the call, because you're going to send the recording to them, you can just, after they've given you the aha moments, be like, wow, your energy was really good there when you were telling me the breakthroughs. Do you mind if I just grab that clip of this recording as the testimonial? And that way you don't even have to send one over. Mm-hmm. And it just makes it easy peasy.
That's great too.
Yeah.
Cool. Patricia said, eat the pizza while it's hot.
Yeah. Miss Patty. Awesome. Yeah, were there any other questions? Because I do want to address them before we move on.
Connor had asked about a good closing statement, like basically the transition to a paid offer, which I know we can chat about.
How are you interpreting that, Kate?
So I think when he gets them on to the next call, wondering how to close the call and enroll the client.
Got it. Well, that's beyond the scope of what we've got here in today's lesson. However, we will have a resource for you there. So I'll definitely get to that. We're going to give you an opportunity to get a sales script and extra points in just a moment. So stay tuned. But to wrap up this call, the free call, if they are interested in booking in for that call to discuss the possibility of working together, you want to book them in on that call, on the call. You don't want to send them a calendar link or wait to organize over text. Book them in then. The same way that if you called them and you booked in the free call and you said, when do you think would work? Cool. You can definitely make it. Cool. If I send you a link, you'll be able to make it. Cool. You want to do the same thing. Book them in. You're more likely to get ghosted if you wait until after the call and you send a calendar link or organize it over text. Just book it in. Book it in there on the call. I'm going to be putting some testimonial prompts into the Google Drive resource folder after this call. And the other thing that we want to do, actually, before we do that, we're going to give you 10 points, an extra 10 points, and a sales script that you can use for that closing call. And all you need to do is just submit a video testimonial about this challenge and the breakthroughs that you've had and the benefits that you've seen by noon Pacific tomorrow. send it to my email, matt@beyondmacros.com. Please don't send it to me in Messenger. Please don't post it in the online nutrition coach community because it's hard to save those videos. If you can, the best way to do it is to record the video and add it to Google Drive. Share the Google Drive link with me. So you can email that to me, matt@beyondmacros.com. If you're really, 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 really struggling with Google Drive, maybe I'll be okay if you send it to me in Messenger, but I won't necessarily see it by noon tomorrow. But I will have my admin team take a look at my emails and make sure that they give you those extra 10 points via email. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we wanted to get you hyped about the grand prize, and then we're going to show you your homework, because the thing is, we're not seeing as much homework being done as people who I know want to win this prize. So how do I even zoom this in? We'll zoom in a second. But the main thing is the VIP Coach Launchpad. Like, if y'all come into the online nutrition coach community and you just scroll through the feed a bit, you just check out some of these pictures. They're all attached to a client win. Like, we've got, most recently, Duvall just enrolled a new VIP client into a 6-month transformation experience because he's been nurturing somebody for a long time. You know, Duvall's really good at the follow-up game. He is following what we taught him, and he is executing, and he is seeing great results. You know, we've got Jess Jackasitz, who has just enrolled a client because she's been listening to their needs. Like, Kate shares these all the time. Like, Kate, is there any here that you want me to specifically highlight? I know.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Can you pull up Heather for a moment?
Yeah.
Because I actually just spoke with Heather before we jumped on today. And I know she's okay with me sharing this because it's just so amazing. So Heather is so skilled. She's such a great coach. And she, like all of you, and was underpaid, probably like all of you. She was making, you know, like these, like, you know, small, like 4-figure a month, 4-figure a month in her business, like 4-figure month businesses, right? So like think of anywhere from like $6,000 to $8,000 a month. In May, she made over $20,000 in her coaching business. Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And I just love, because money aside, it's her mindset has just shifted. Like, she is finally stepping in to the value that she provides, understanding that like she all of her prices have been raised across the board. And we know why that's happening. It's a confidence thing. It's not like I just want to make a bunch of money thing. That's not why any of us, like, I mean, like, we do want to do this full time. We want to have that time and schedule freedom, but like, we all go into this with so much heart and passion for health and for the love of other people. And so like the raising her rates thing, again, it's not because she's like, I'm going to collect all this money. It's great. And she's so proud of herself, but she's still so excited about what she's delivering. And I'm so proud of her. Proud of all of them. I love
Me too.
them.
Proud of you, Heather, if you're watching. But you can see it's just like every single day, like, we are actually constipated with testimonials and client wins at this point. And that is from the VIP Coach Launchpad program. Let's see if I can, there we go. I can zoom in on it. And this is the program that is the grand prize. And the only way to be eligible for the grand prize is to get your homework done every day. And the homework's so easy. Yesterday, we just asked you to type a number. How many people were you committing to contacting? You know, it's really easy homework. And we have 545 people at this point who have registered for the challenge. And I think 77 people did their homework yesterday. I can't imagine that there's 475 or 470 people who are just like, no, I'm not really interested in winning this. I don't need 90 days of figuring out how to build an amazing business. And the thing is, in the VIP Coach Launchpad, we want to get you hyped. Like, what we do is we teach you the foundations of a 6-figure nutrition coaching business. We'll go deeper into this tomorrow. But the thing is, Kate is a genius when it comes to offers. Kate's arguably the best in the industry. Some of you probably came from Kate's offer workshop that she did in Fit Pro Mentorship Review. You know, and she's going to help you create that offer where you can raise your rates to $1,500 to $3,000 for your offer. People see the value in it. She's going to help you develop that resonant messaging with your soulmate clients. From there, we're going to show you how to sell it, to enroll at a high rate. So you're not getting on sales calls and hearing no, 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 when you don't have the time to spare to be getting on sales calls where people are saying no. And we're also going to show you how to rapidly get through that slow compound growth curve that is online marketing. We'll show you how to quickly build your audience, create conversations with them, and start enrolling people who you don't currently know. So it's that next step after what we're teaching you here with enrolling people from your personal network. It's how do you start growing your audience and enrolling people you don't know? And I think the most important thing, one of the things that I know is very unique about what Kate and I teach is we show you how to create a VIP client experience. One that your clients are going to want to rave and tell everybody about. One that your clients want to stick around for. Because the thing is, with a VIP client experience, you can get your retention rate to a minimum 9 months average. So we teach you literally everything in this program about these 3 areas. So if you feel like you would benefit from having an offer that stands out from the crowd for your goal target audience online, if you feel like having coaching and feedback every single week about your sales calls, about the conversations you're having on social media, about the content that you're posting, if you feel like having a customizable client experience based off of the experience that we were charging $3,000 a month for our clients for a 6-month commitment. If you feel like learning how to create an experience that your clients can't get anywhere else would be valuable to you, then just do your homework, because that is what's going to keep you eligible for this program. And we'll go even deeper into it tomorrow. But the thing is, you get tons of one-on-one coaching. We have calls every week with Shauna to help you get your sales and closing dialed in, with Sean to help you get your messenger and triage calls dialed in. So your initial sales process. Kate does content reviews every single week and makes sure that you know exactly what words to be saying in your content to attract your soulmate clients, so you're not always chasing. This is 90 days of intensive support. It's like a boot camp where you're going to get the skills in this program so that you never have to worry about having a job again. Because based off of the skills that you'll develop in the VIP Coach Launchpad over the course of your entire career, the amount of money that you will make and the amount of lives that you will impact is going to be massive. If you truly plan to make a career change where nutrition and health coaching is what you're going to do, possibly for the rest of your working career. So right now, all you really have to do is do your homework in order to get that 90-day scholarship. And we really wanted to hype up the program because we want all of you to be capitalizing on this opportunity. And we're not seeing it yet. We're not seeing you all hungry for it. So who's hungry for it? Who's going to go make, I'm going to give you the opportunity to make up the homework you haven't done yet and to have the opportunity to win this grand prize. So who's been kind of slacking on their homework and is finally going to start taking it seriously after seeing what you can win? I'd love to know that. Yep. And again, you can submit a video testimonial. If you've been doing your homework, you'll get 10 extra points, 10 extra entries towards winning that prize. So just submit that as well. And last but not least, here's what your homework is today. Kate, what do we got for them?
All right. So tonight's homework is to host at least 10 strategy calls. So not tonight, obviously, but this is your homework. So you're going to book these calls. You reached out to them yesterday. You're going to book 10 of those free coaching, those free strategy calls. Okay. And then you're going to share what is most exciting for you about booking these calls. So you're going to get them booked. And then your homework is to share what is most exciting for you about booking these calls. Because remember, coach, we want to keep you lit up, rising up, super excited to change lives. And the only way that you can do that is to do what you do best, coach people. So reach out to them, get those calls booked, and let us know why you are so flipping excited to book these calls.
Exactly. And I'm going to be boring here in comparison to Kate. I'm going to show you where you can come do that homework. Now, in order to stay eligible, my admin team is only looking at the official homework threads. The official homework thread is in the online nutrition coach community under announcements. You can come, I'm going to post and pin the day 4 homework now, but you can go to see all under the announcements, and you can see day 3's homework. You can see the day 3 replay. You can see the day 2 bonus, the day 2 homework. This is where, as a comment, you need to post your homework. Only 82 people have done day 2. Come on, y'all. Out of 545. I can't believe that. Here's your day 2 replay. Here's your day 1 homework. At least 128 of you have done that. You can go make up your homework right now. I'm taking away the due by midnight. I just showed you where to do it. You can have the opportunity to make it up and be eligible for that grand prize. Super easy, y'all. This is not hard homework. This is very easy homework. So come in here and do this. I will, as soon as the stream is over, post the day 4 homework in the announcements. I'll pin it to the top. I'll also put the replay here, and I will add the slides for day 4 into the Google Drive resource folder. When you go to the Google Drive resource folder, you can just grab the slides. You can use that as your script or your framework for the call. I'll also add the testimonial prompts that you can use and a few other little bonuses for you. So just want to make sure you all had that super clear, because I can't imagine that you're just not doing your homework on purpose. I imagine it's just been a failure on my part to communicate to you the official way to get your homework done. So now that that's clear, go do it. And now that I've been boring, Kate, do you want to bring things back up and end us on a high note?
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm loving these comments, these comments coming in. I'm in it to win it. I'm starving for this opportunity. I'm doing what it takes. Yes, you are. And look, if you are following this, if you are doing your homework, oh my God, we so want you to be like eligible to win this prize. But look, even if your name isn't called, right? Even if your name isn't called tomorrow night, you will have done everything that you need to do to start building your business, to start generating revenue, to hand in your quit letter, your partner's retirement letter, to even pump up more your pump up letter, because you did it. You freaking did it, coach. So just do the work and you will get the results, whether it's a free entry and scholarship into our program, or if it's just the business and the life that supports your dreams. So just get it done. That's all we want from you right now. And we cannot wait to celebrate you. And we cannot wait to pop some, I don't know, Matt's, it's in the morning for Matt. Maybe I'll have a little bubbly on the side, tomorrow, and like celebrate. Yeah. And celebrate all of you for completing the challenge.
Yeah. Amen. And yeah, tomorrow, the grand prize winner is going to be drawn live on the stream. So you want to make sure that you're there. Kate and I are going to be sharing 3 secrets to help you earn a full-time income working part-time hours. This is a fully new and updated training. We are doing it different than we did the last 5-day challenge. So if you did the last 5-day challenge, day 5, it's going to be fresh. It's going to be new, and it's going to be real. So show up. It'll be a great training. We'll announce the winner live. We'll all get to celebrate you together. And we'll also make sure that everybody's a winner. We've got some bonus gifts that we'll be giving away as well, just to celebrate you making it to the finish line. So we'll see you tomorrow, y'all. Thanks for showing up. Peace.